Burkina Faso in their final Group A fixture. Gabon up against Equatorial Guinea. Gabon, who reached the quarter-finals of this competition 2 years ago. They lost on penalties in a shootout to Mali. As for Congo, well, this is their 8th appearance at the Cup of Nations finals, but it's their first one since 2000. And they have the highly experienced coach Claude Leroy in charge. And the Frenchman will set another record tonight. This is his 34th Africa Cup of Nations finals match as a coach. It's his 8th Cup of Nations finals tournament. Well, there were worries about the conditions of the pitches, only recently laid, as to whether they would cut up badly because of that, but so far so good. Gabon in the yellow, Congo in the red. We will get all the team news for you in just a moment's time after the national anthems. Two well-received national anthems of Gabon and Congo, who meet tonight in the second Group A fixture for both these countries. Gabon, who are going for second victory in Group A tonight, win and they will go through into the knockout stages for only the third time in their history. There's the Gabon side. It shows just one change to the team that started against Burkina Faso in the 2-0 victory on Saturday. Aaron Apindangoy comes in at the back, as you can see. There are 3 players there on yellow cards in danger of a suspension. That is the formation that we expect Gabon to utilise tonight. Aubameyang, the star man for them. Aubameyang and Abuna with the goals against Burkina Faso. As for Congo, 1 change for them as well. Dimitri Basiki comes in at fullback. He replaces Francis Nganga, a man from Charleroi in Belgium. And Congo with more of a 4-4-2 formation predicted for them tonight. But Fuma up front got the goal against Equatorial Guinea in their 1-1 draw in the opening match of this 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Referee tonight, Victor Gomez from South Africa. His 2 assistants from Nigeria and from Egypt.
You want FIFA blue? Blue. You want to attack this ball? Okay, you can stay as well. Okay, please stand here.
Jose Costa, the former Portuguese international, 50 caps for Portugal. There he is, he's 43 years of age, only took charge last July. Claude Loire hoping to guide Congo to victory in his 34th match as a coach at the Africa Cup of Nations finals. Man who took charge just over a year ago of Congo, but they're up against a Gabon side who have qualification in their sights. Win tonight and the team in yellow will go through to the quarter-finals. We have had a rash of draws at the 2015 Cup of Nations. What will we get in this game? And it is Congo who get us underway in the red, kicking from left to right in this opening half. And an early foul on Dore. Obiang. John Roeder and Danny Mills guiding you through the action here on Eurosport. Early free kick then to be taken by Bafuma. You may remember from his loan spell at West Bromwich Albion for the second half of last season. It's a teasing one as well, and in the end Avono will get there. Avono, who had an excellent game against Burkina Faso with a number of excellent saves. Easily able to gather that one. Wide by Undong. Here's Apindangoy. Gabon, who qualified top of Group C in the qualifying stages, ranked 62nd in the FIFA rankings, up against the Congo side who are ranked just 1 place above, 61st in the latest FIFA World Rankings. Congo making their first appearance at a Cup of Nations finals for 15 years, and they finished second in their qualifying group behind South Africa and ahead of the holders Nigeria and Sudan, and that was a major shock when Nigeria were knocked out at the qualifying stage. Congo did get a bit of good luck early on in the qualifying stages when they lost to Rwanda in the qualifying rounds before the group stages, but Rwanda fielded an ineligible player and Congo were reinstated. They've gone on to reach the finals themselves. Throw then to Gabon. It's away by Basiki. Between Basiki, who plays in Congo for the Leopards Club, who are currently top of the domestic league in the country. It's away by Ganze. Ganze again. Manga. Sunder's team a little bit short there with that ball. And Dong. And there's a foul on Madinda.
I think you have to say that it looks like Gabon have started the game slightly better at the moment. A little bit more on the front foot in a couple of runs. And here you see Madinda going through, just being brought down, but well, early free kick played wide. Probably the best option. It's very, very difficult from those free kicks that are dead straight in front of the goal to come up with anything inventive.
Coupe with the quick ball out. Just 20 years of age, the goalkeeper. It is a rather young Congo squad. They've got half a dozen or so players who are 20 or under in the 23-man squad. Played by Manga. Forward by Poco. Here's Andre Poco again, who's with Bordeaux in France. Obiang. Decent ball in and set up wonderfully for the shot, and it would have been a superb finish as well from Bulo had it just been a fraction lower.
Well, what a fantastic move this is. Great ball in from the left-hand side, great layoff by Vuna, and then the shot might have just dipped under the crossbar, but in the end a fantastic save by the goalkeeper.
Tipped over for the first corner of the match. Buzz around the stadium. All the way back to Manga. Kailu. Here's Ndong. Obiang. Too high and too long. Lloyd Palin on the far side. Oh, what an effort it was from Bulo. On loan at Charlton in England from Standard Liège, who are also owned by the same owners as own the South East London club. A dozen appearances for Charlton this season, but he's only completed 90 minutes the once. By Poco, managed to get himself out of a potentially awkward scenario there. And Dinga. Forward comes Basiki. Foul on Apindangoy.
Not an awful lot in this. Two players both going for the ball, quite honestly. As you can see there, the defender doesn't really appeal for the free kick. But I think Gabon have started the game slightly better. Maybe you'd expect that, having won their opening game. They realise this is a great opportunity. They look slightly more confident, but on the front foot a little bit more.
Bulo. And it manages to find its way back to Bulo as well. Avuna is in the middle, it's just behind him, and it'll be cleared away for another corner. That's terrific.
That's not so terrific. No. But yeah, I think it just goes to show these teams are absolutely desperate to win this competition, and another corner now for Gabon.
Interesting to watch the goalkeeper here, because for the previous corner he started to come out. He was actually quite a long way out before deciding not to go for it. A bit of bumping and barging in the penalty area. Gabon with the best effort of the night so far. Now Congo get their first corner of the evening as it comes off Apindangoy. One change to the Gabon side if you have just joined us here on Eurosport. One change for Congo as well. Basiki coming in at the back. It's a crap penalty area. Best of corners. Bafuma can try again. Congo had committed a lot of men forward and Gabon might be able to take advantage of that. Aubameyang. Bulo. He's looking to get away there from Ganze. Aubameyang couldn't get there, that's offside. It's Bafuma.
Just a little bit wasted, I think, that opportunity from Gabon on the breakaway. Had almost a 2-on-1 situation on this near side. Evuna was storming through the middle, wanted the pass played early, and in the end, the ball was switched out to the left and just killed the pace of the attack.
Challenge on Poco. Like the attacking intent of Johan Obiang, the left back so far for Gabon. Looks like he wants to get forward at every opportunity. Here's Poco. Ndong. Helun. Poco. Just able to get it through to Ndong. Some firm challenges going in, and the referee says play on. Gabon might be wishing that he hadn't. Effort from Andre Poco. He's made 7 appearances in Ligue 1 this season for Bordeaux.
There's 2 crunching challenges that led to that opportunity then, but Poco just got a little bit overexcited and a wayward shot, but been impressed with Ndong so far. In the central midfield area himself, Poco, Madinda, really starting to get hold of the ball and control that central area.
Nil-nil between Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea earlier today in Group A. That's too long for Evuna. It's offside anyway.
Evuna just runs too early. But interesting that Congo are playing a very, very high line. They've got to be very, very careful. Gabon will be looking to play those little balls in behind. If they time their runs correctly, they're going to get opportunities.
9 matches in the tournament so far, and 5 of them have ended at 1-1. And only 3 teams have kept a clean sheet. That includes Gabon. The other 2 were the 2 we met earlier today, Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea, in their goalless draw. Dore. Poked forward by Ndinga. Here's Dore. Boudry. Movement from Bafuma. Bafuma. Oh, that was nice. Here he goes again. And they've got a man free on that far side, Congo. Taken down by Poco. Here's Evuna. Bulo. Bulo couldn't quite get to the header, beaten in the air by Onyango. Dore. And Dong with the challenge. Ball.
Almost looks like Bifuma is now playing up front of his own. Lovely showboat in there, possibly unnecessary, but it looks like Congo have changed to more of a 4-2-3-1 formation, and it should be very, very careful that Bifuma doesn't get isolated.
Bifuma, who made 6 appearances for West Bromwich Albion on loan at the second half of last season, getting a couple of goals. He's on loan at Almeria in Spain, on loan from Espanyol. Quite a few in this Congo side. He is French born. All the way through for Dore. Polko turned into trouble there in the shape of Oniangu. Ganze, who wears his first name, Cesar, on his shirt. Run there from Mutu, and it's a free kick. Foul by Pelud.
Shows a great turn of pace here, gets in behind, unnecessary from the defender, doesn't need to make that. It's always going to give away a free kick, and suddenly now Congo have a real good opportunity to whip this ball into the box and put the goalkeeper under some severe pressure, who's, well, Avono really yet to have anything to do.
Bifuma then to whip this ball in. Or maybe not.
Well, the first set piece in the corner was very, very poor, and that certainly wasn't any better. It's a real waste. You know, it's a great opportunity. It's an unchallenged pass. It's a free hit into the box. You've got to do better than that.
Quarter of an hour gone then. Gabon 0, Congo 0 in this Group A fixture at the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Here's Avono. Manga, the Cardiff City man, finds Aubameyang. Aubameyang trying to steam his way through. Boundary with the interception. Here's Ganze. Dore making the run just ahead of it. That's foul on Ndong. Him and Ndong, who's set to join Lorient in France after this tournament, moving there from Sfaxien in Tunisia. Here he is again. Polko. By Obiang. Misplaced pass picked up by Mutu. We've already seen he's got a fair amount of pace in him. Lovely little touch again from Bifuma. Able to get on the end of the return ball. Oniangu, Bifuma, Ganze. Finds Dore. Long ball forward into the side netting though, the attempt from Mutu. But Congo, Danny Mills, certainly coming more into this match now.
Yeah, they are. They've been on the back foot for a while. It's a poor decision from Mutu. He's got to square that, across the goal. It's just, you see here, he's never going to score. Kick goalkeeper, and Ivona has it covered all day long. I think, from what I've seen so far, it appears to me that Gabon certainly have more quality all over the pitch, and if they do it right, they will create opportunities. Have to be careful, maybe not to get caught with a sucker punch on the counter-attack, but at the moment, the way the game's going, Gabon look the more likely team to score.
Here they come again with Manga. Madinda. Nice little ball through. Evuna, can he finish? Is that going to go in? No, it's just wide off the head there of Basiki. He was on the ground. Malik Evuna causing all sorts of problems in the Congo defence.
Well, I'm not sure the referee's given a corner. Bursting through in the end. Very lucky, I suppose, from Congo's point of view. That could have gone absolutely anywhere. Trickled a foot wide of the post. But a great run through. See there?
Comes off the head.
Basiki heads it behind. Not quite sure what the referee saw there.
Saw a foul there by Manga. And they moved to Cardiff last year from Lorient after 4 seasons there. Taken down by Mutu. Support arriving from Basiki. Mutu. Malin just loses his footing. Manages to recover to make the block. And again, that should be a goal kick, and is.
Mutu's put himself in a couple of decent positions. Just hasn't really been able to find. Again, have a look at the replay there. Not quite sure, but as we see this chance, yet again, bursting through the middle was Evuna, and then Basiki. Very, very lucky not to score an incredibly unfortunate own goal.
Evuna, who plays his football in Morocco for Wydad Casablanca, the number 7 up front for Gabon. But Gabon, well, they really don't get too many goals. They've got 4 in their last 11 games. Midway point in the second half, in the first half rather. Welcome Congo. That's onside. Aubameyang. Evuna making a run through into the middle. Chance for the shot on goal, and it's always going high from Andre Poko. Goalkeeper get a touch on this as well.
Again, it's Gabon doing well down that right hand side in that channel. A good pullback. Poko, wow, just a little bit rash in his shot there. Never really had it under control. In the end, high, easily over the bar. Never going to trouble the goalkeeper.
I mentioned that lack of goals from Congo. They actually haven't scored more than once in a game since 1974. Cup of Nations finals. This their 8th appearance. Congo, who were the Cup of Nations winners all the way back in 1972. Noir guiding them to their first appearance at the finals tournament since the year 2000. Now comes Voda. Chase on here for Aubameyang. Up against Mubio. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang said before the start of this tournament that he wanted to be the star of the tournament.
Well, he's clearly got ability, draws the foul in that time. At the moment, for me, though, he's just working outside the width of the box. He's working in the channels. He wants to needs the ball in more central positions if he's going to do any damage and get those goals that he's searching for.
18 goals in 1.5 seasons at Borussia Dortmund since joining them from Saint-Etienne. Bulo to take this free kick. Catching practice for Mafumbi. Plays his football in the lower leagues. Christopher Mafumbi with Le Ponte in France. Was a regular in the second team at Lens. Not kept in by Bafuma. Does David Bafuma almost look on a different level to the rest of his teammates?
Yeah, I think again he's one of those players. He's got a little bit of quality, but he's getting isolated at the moment. You know, they've changed the formation. I think early on, when the manager looked at Claude Noir and decided actually we're going to get overrun in midfield. So almost he'd gone to a 4-2-3-1 in the area, but most of the time, you know, there's 5 men in that midfield, just trying to make it very, very compact.
Bafuma. Gathered by Avono. Dango just making sure that the Congo striker couldn't get anywhere near it.
There's no real anticipation from Congo at the moment. They're waiting. They react to things rather than trying to be on the front foot, maybe expecting a mistake or expecting a ball, you know, just played around the corner to make an opportunity.
Rabele. It's a foul on Ndong. Plenty of words written about that man there, Delvin Ndinga, ahead of the tournament. The man who plays for Olympiacos in Greece, on loan there from Monaco. Played in the Champions League for the last couple of seasons. Madinda then to take this free kick. Very much on the fringes of his club, Celta Vigo in Spain. By Dore. Followed by Basiki. Here's Mutu looking to take on Pelu. Well, he's certainly got pace, Arnold Buka Mutu. A very, very familiar figure on the touchlines in Africa Cup of Nations tournaments. He won the Cup of Nations with Cameroon back in 1988. He's also coached Senegal, Ghana and the Democratic Republic of Congo at the finals. This is 8 Cup of Nations finals as a coach. This is 34th match at a finals as a coach, and every time he takes charge of a side at a Cup of Nations finals match, he improves on his own record. This is 34th. He's also a great believer, Claude Noir, in if a coach is from abroad and is coaching an African side, he should live in the African country rather than just coming in for matches and then disappearing back off to Europe again.
I think that's fair enough. Then you get an understanding of the players, the way of life, what it means to everybody. I think we'd expect it in this country. If we had a manager of our national team in England, I think we would expect him to live and work in England on a full-time basis.
Marvin Boundary then to take the throw. With Amiens in France in the lower leagues. Bafuma.
Bafuma's just got to be careful not to try too hard and do everything alone. He does look a little bit better technically than the rest of his team, but at some point he's going to have to rely on his teammates to provide him with service, or he's going to have to provide them with a chance that, hopefully they will take.
Well, Congo had a free kick on the other side of the pitch about 10 minutes or so ago, which was a complete waste of time. What can they do from this? Change of taker, it's Mutu. Mutu hits it high, goalkeeper comes and is able to get the punch in. Abono. Chase on here for Avuna. Gets there first, ahead of Oniengu. And Congo have a man down. Dore.
Looks like he's just been caught in the face, possibly with a flailing arm. There you go. Just as he swings back, no intention at all from Madinda. Plays the ball forward, arm naturally comes swinging backwards, and just catches him on the side of the face. Just to give Gabon a little bit more careful with their final ball. Possibly a little bit quicker, but don't try and force the issue. There is space and opportunity to get in behind the Congo defence.
So he'll be back on in just a moment. Dore. Possession given back to Mafumbi. Dore and Dangoy. Bono, the goalkeeper, is now with Ostend in Belgium. He's been around a bit, played in Europe for the last 9 years now. Way to safety by Mubio. Best chance really. Frederick Bulo of Charlton Athletic with a shot that was tipped over. Might well have been going over anyway. And here he is. Bulo with the ball in. It's away by Boundary. Ndinga. Bafuma loses out. With both teams playing five in midfield, Danny Mills, is it almost too crowded there?
Yeah, I think it is. Both teams trying to play through the centre of the pitch at times, finding it very, very difficult to find any sort of space. They've got to get the ball out wide.
Madinda with the ball through. Wouldn't quite drop there for Evuna. Out came Mafumbi to make the save.
Again, they're trying to play through the middle. Very, very difficult. Lots of defenders, lots of midfield players. Both teams need to get the ball out wide, try and get crosses in behind. So here, there's the ball. There are too many defenders in the way. Any sort of nick or contact sends the ball through to the goalkeeper.
Fuma no way through. Here's Babelet. Chase on here for Dore. Up against Manga. It's corner kick. 1 goal in a dozen appearances for Cardiff this season. Bruno Akile Manga.
Just goes to show, if you chase a lost cause, put a little bit of pressure on the defenders, they can make mistakes, you can get set pieces from it, which, if delivery is better, can be dangerous.
Mutu with the corner. Another one where the delivery is very poor.
I think the manager will be very, very frustrated with that. You know, it's a free pass, it's a free cross into the box. 3 or 4 times now, Congo have just wasted possession in those areas.
We saw Claude Loire, the Congo coach there, wearing his accreditation badge. I know as a member of the media working at a major tournament like this that basically your pass, you almost sleep with it, you cannot lose it, it's that important.
Well, even as a player,
I was about to ask that, is it the same for a player?
It is. If you don't have it, you do not get into the stadium, and it becomes one of those things you end up sort of, it becomes your best friend effectively.
Absolutely, yeah.
Your hotel key is in it, all those little things that you need on a daily basis. You know, you get up in the morning, you know, you have your shower, you get out, you put it around your neck. Every time you leave your hotel room, you know, you put it around your neck.
Offside against Ibuda. Yeah, I was going to ask whether it's the same for a player, because obviously, you know, you think, oh, here come England, for example, and there's Wayne Rooney, you know, I mean, no, sorry sir, you can't come in, you haven't got a pass.
Well, I'm sure there would be some aficionados that would probably try and
enforce it, yes.
Make that happen were it the case. But no, I think generally, even when you get on the bus on the way to a game, most players are reminded, do you have your accreditation with you? Footballers need to be looked after at times. They need a babysitter or two.
Approaching half-time, still 0-0. Forward come Congo with Bafuma. I don't know about you, Danny, but several times over the years away at major tournaments, when you think you've lost your accreditation pass, that is a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach.
I did actually leave mine in a hotel room this year in Brazil. Fortunately, there were some colleagues coming out to the same game on a later flight, and a bit of a rush, a bit of a scramble to make sure I got it. To get a replacement is very, very difficult.
Can't do it.
Especially mid-competition, when all the accreditation places are pretty much closed. You've got to go with your passport. It's almost like you've got to go to the embassy to get another accreditation.
Played back by Oniangu. Here's Boudry. Backing in there into Manga from Fenabore Dore. A little bit of pace here from Madinda. Touch finds Bulo. Goalkeeper should gather and does.
Just the final ball again. Great little flick from Madinda.
Are we going to get a goal before half-time in this Group A fixture at the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations?
Well, if we are, someone's going to have a shot, and they're going to have to hit the target, which we've been very few and far between so far. I don't think really either goalkeeper's had a save to make that has been realistically going to go into the back of the net.
Bafuma. Now Bafuma has gone down, injured. And that'll be a huge worry for Congo. Forward comes Apendangoi. Towards Obiang, too high for him.
Again, it's that final ball, just not quite right. But if Bafuma's injured, he did take a slight knock, challenge earlier that led to the free kick where they hit the ball to the far post out of play. But if he's injured, I think that's going to be a big problem for Congo.
Well, the stretch is being called for.
If it's a knock from a challenge, a little bit of a dead leg, if he can keep it moving or on his knee, he should be fine. But if it's a twist, he may be in some trouble. See, that would be my concern. No real contact, no real collision on that. If he's planted his knee, twisted it, just tweaked a little ligament somewhere, it could be a nasty one. It could be his tournament over.
Doesn't look good for Thierry Bafuma. He's almost being hauled to his feet there.
It's a bit like get up, you will play on, we need you.
Well, this close to half time, Danny, can they afford to put him back on and say just stand around for a bit and we'll assess you more at half time?
Yeah, I think so. I think they just need to, see if they can get him walking. If it's really bad, you know instantly whether you come off. Sometimes if it is a little bit of a knock or just a slight overstretch, sometimes you just need 2, 3, 4 minutes. See if he grabs anybody this time, whether he's brave enough to give a penalty.
Mutu with the corner. Well, Gabon with the Undon.
I think it's going to be a case where Bafuma comes out for the second half for Congo. And I just think for Gabon, they just need to up the tempo and have a little bit more composure in the final third with their final pass.
That's a handball. Rubio. And it's a yellow card for the Congo defender.
Well, I think this will be the last kick of the game. You see there, clear handball, arm, how in an unnatural position really. Ball to hand to ball, stops it going forward. We've had that at least that one additional minute, so this stoppage, I think this has to go in. What will be half time?
Congo then with everybody back. Aubameyang fancies his chances, although it is Madinda who is very carefully placing this ball.
It's a good opportunity, a good distance, enough distance to get the ball up and down over the wall. Has to make sure he hits the target, make the keeper work.
Bruno is also standing there in close attendance.
Big space to the goalkeeper's right hand side. I think that's what Madinda's going to be aiming for.
Aubameyang with it, saved by the goalkeeper, and the defender able to help him out with the clearing header. And that is the final action of the first half. A first half that hasn't had too much in the way of noteworthy goal-scoring opportunities. Mafumbi with this late save. The goalkeeper also tipped over an earlier shot from Frederick Bulo. There's concern for Congo over the fitness of Thierry Bafuma up front. But at the moment we still await our first goal of the match in this Group A encounter. And it is goalless at half-time. Congo 0, Gabon 0.